Just a heads up to you folks sitting with a notebook and pen, Mishki, the new podcast here in Garage Logic Land, is now coming out twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays. If you're in fact scribbling this down, Wednesday is kind of tough to spell. It's not like it sounds. You want to spell it W-E-N-Z, but that, of course, would be a mistake. Friday is spelled just like it sounds. You're going to be okay there, but Wednesday's a bugaboo. Let me tell you, people, just a pain in the patootie. Jeez, it's hard.
Now, alongside Mike Fratelloni, here's Chris Reavers.
So here's the thing. It's Labor Day.
It is.
We're here hanging out. My name is Chris Reavers. That's Mike Fratelloni. And we are here. We are not doing the beer show. However, we came here because you have travel plans this week. And you know what? We're the only two people, dedicated souls, that came in and said, you know what, GD, we are going to give the masses what they want. And that is an episode of the Weekly Scramble podcast.
You know what was kind of cool is I was walking through the hallways here, Reavers, to get to our studios.
Yep.
No one is here. I mean, no. The newsroom had some people. You walked by the newsroom. There were some people in there. But otherwise, this building is empty. So I feel like if we put this out at the right time, people are not going to have any other choice but to listen to this program.
Well, duh.
Because there's nothing new else coming out. We're the only show doing a live show on Labor Day.
And so I ladies and gentlemen, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, whatever it was, I said, it is Monday, right? Like, what day is today? Because it's one of those deals where my kids are going back to school tomorrow. Thank God, by the way. And we have had, the boys and I had such a great time over the weekend.
Sure.
So I'm here to issue a public service announcement. And I probably put on 3,000 miles in the last 5 days or whatever it's been. We did this, we did that. We hung out with family. We went to the Gopher football game where I ran into you and your beautiful daughter. I got to say this here, and I don't want to be like the old man yelling at the cloud, but I have to say this. Are you ready?
I am.
Get your ass out of the left lane. And here's why I say that. Have you seen the now viral video of the guy who had, I think it was a dash cam video, and he was providing commentary for the Ford F-150 that was in front of him on the freeway, I'm assuming in a 70-mile-an-hour lane.
Yep.
And this jackass has got his cruise set at 72.
72.
No one in front of him.
No one in front of him. Move.
Absolutely nobody in front of him.
Yeah.
So this morning, the boys and I left beautiful Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Nice.
And we're going to get to that in a minute. Because that city is amazing. I love Sioux Falls.
Nice.
Okay, this is not a Joe Souchere ad. And so we're coming back and we're driving up through like Highway 9, Windham and all that stuff, right? And it's, why? You're going the same speed
in the fast lane
as the jackass next to you, and you decide, you know what? No, I'm going to just set my cruise because it's. You have to watch this video, Mike. It's so great about how this person that's in the left lane is a terrible lover.
Okay.
He's a lazy worker.
Sure.
He wants to just coast through life. It's if I had this computer, that my plan was I was going to play it for you because that's exactly the type of person that is. Nope. You're all going to sit behind me and you're going to be at the mercy of my worthless ass. Because I'm going to go 71 in a 65 and everybody is at my mercy.
Do they know it? Do you think they are consciously doing that, or are they just totally oblivious to the fact that they're in the fast lane going relatively slow and they should move over? Because every time I pass people, like when they're sitting in, and I go by, it's a little old lady or a young kid, and I think, what do you, like, move it over, Toots.
The one guy, and I didn't write down his license plate number, but it's the, I would say, 58-year-old guy with the prematurely gray beard, and he's in his, I don't know why I'm picking on Ford F-150.
Sure.
And I passed him in the right lane, going 73 in a 65, because this cruise control is set at 70, and son of a bitch, you are not making me go any faster.
Want to move.
And I thought, bro, just get over.
Yeah, just sit patiently in the right lane.
Because again, it's the whole, I so wish I had this audio, but it's, oh, look at this guy. See here, he's in control. It's his time, and we all have to follow his
It's his world, and we're all just living in it.
And you know what? He's a lazy lover. He's never made any woman happy. You know why? Because he just wants to sit in the left lane. And he wants to be the guy that just stays here and has life come to him. You got to watch it.
Well, I'll look that up. We'll tie that to this post.
All right.
Tie that to this show.
All right. So the reason I brought that up is, and I don't want to do, I know, I'm all.
There was a reason to bring that up, but okay.
I was all kinds of wound up today knowing that we were going to do the show today, but it's one of those things too where when we had a weekend, you and I hung out with my kids a couple of days ago. We had a blast. I went to the Gopher football game with the kids. The thing is, end of summer kind of, it's different, right? So for me, it's like, all right, get your butt back to school.
Sure.
Here we go. But then when you see your kid say, I got to go back to school on Tuesday. And again, both my kids are great students, and they all love going to school because they get to see their buddies. But last night was a perfect example of, oh, yeah, I used to feel that same way. So we were in beautiful Sioux Falls, South Dakota last night, and had a great time. We stayed at a beautiful Holiday Inn, went swimming, did everything else. And it was funny because they went, my youngest, my 10-year-old boy, Leland, he said, summer's over tomorrow. And he kind of got sad.
Sure.
And I said, so wait a minute, but it's context, right? So for us, it was, oh, now we got to start going to bed early. Oh, now it's that whole thing about, oh yeah, you've got to figure it out, kind of. Oh yeah, now we got to go to school. Now we got to do practice and all that crap again. But it was kind of cool because for me anyway, it was a chance to relate to. Oh, I remember being that way. I remember how, this is one of my favorite weekends of the year. I love Labor Day weekend. It's starting to get a little cooler. The days getting shorter is not fun.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, as a kid, this weekend kind of sucks.
You like pumpkin spice lattes?
Oh my God. That's exactly where I was going.
Are you kidding?
No, because we were driving home, and so we stopped at the Mountain Lake, Minnesota A&W, right off 169.
All right, I'll believe you.
Awesome spot. I love A&W. Onion rings. We got the big gallon jug of root beer, and they had pumpkin spice root beer.
Really?
And I thought, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, that's too early.
It's after Labor Day or at Labor Day.
But obviously, you run stores. Obviously, they're selling it because
it's the time.
The product's going to move, right?
If we sold pumpkin spice anything, nuts and bolts, drill bits, we would have them out right now. We'd have end caps. I think we have Halloween crap out already. And I say crap in the nicest possible way.
Of course.
Our stuff is not crap, but all
junk.
of it is made in China tchotchke crap. But if you need some, stop in and get it, right?
So you already have Halloween stuff.
You only have so much time. And, if 5% of the people buy way too early, you want to get those 5% of sales. Right. And to be fair, on end caps, there's not much more to put on end caps this month, right? Because we're winding out of summer. So you have a bunch of end caps open up. You have your We Are Nuts end cap. You have your maple syrup, your Master's Maple end cap. You have all those. But then you need a Halloween end cap because you're taking down all your summer stuff. So it kind of works out.
Okay.
That is a natural thing to go to Halloween, right?
Well, and that's the part, I guess, for me that it's always, oh, yeah, because we were at I'm not going to name the store, but we had stopped in because we needed to buy a screwdriver. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. And so but they didn't have the size of screwdriver we needed. And so what we did was we said, okay, well, let's just grab something since we walked in here and whatever.
What kind of crap store didn't have a screwdriver that you needed?
Well, it was a very finite size screwdriver. All right, fine, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So, you know me.
Yeah. I do know you, yes.
I'm not bad with money.
Football is finally back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Play with as little as $1, and you just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, and lots more. This year, I'll probably stick with some of my favorite players like Josh Jacobs of the Packers. He helped me win money last year by usually going higher on yards rushing. I'll be looking for him to again go higher on rushing yards. It's easy to pick, and it makes watching the games that much more fun. Download the app today and sign up with promo code GARAGE to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code GARAGE. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Promo code GARAGE. Make picks. Win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
By any means.
No,
I'm very thrifty.
you're frugal, yeah.
But sometimes when something grabs a hold of me, I have to have it.
Okay.
So because on Saturday, when you're at the River Hills Mall in Mankato, Minnesota, and you're at the arcade with your two sons, and you say, "There's a remote controlled tarantula."
Okay.
I don't give a damn what it's going to take.
Sure.
I'm going home with the remote controlled tarantula.
You had to win enough tickets to get the remote controlled tarantula.
So my 13-year-old son says, "Dad, we can order this for like $20 on Amazon." I said, "I don't give a crap.
So what? We're winning
If it takes $150
yeah.
in Smash 'em arcade tickets, we are going home with that remote controlled tarantula." We won the remote controlled
nice.
tarantula.
Okay, well done.
And so we needed like a certain specified Phillips head screwdriver to put the batteries in from the Casey's gas station.
Sure. Okay, that makes sense. And Casey's One Stop didn't have the.
They did not. And nothing against Casey's.
No,
I
Casey's
love
makes
Casey's.
sense.
Yes.
Casey's is one of the only places in the world. By the way, we need a good gas station sponsor.
We do,
because it would only make sense. But Casey's, they put up stores that look like they just opened in 1971. Right?
Yes.
All Casey's just look old. Yeah, I mean, they look nice. They're clean.
They're
don't get me
awesome.
wrong. But they're like, it just instantaneously looks old and dated, yet it's nice.
Do you know why we stopped there? Can I tell you?
They must have something great.
I'm going to tell you, this is, and again, no idea Casey's was coming up today. The reason we stopped there, well, number one, I had to get gas. But number two, they make a cashew that has the everything bagel seasoning.
Okay,
the everything bagel
I
flavor?
sure do, yeah.
They make cashews, an everything bagel flavored cashew that's more addictive than meth.
No. Can't be. Can't be better than We Are Nuts. Cannot be better than We Are Nuts.
But we had already run out of the We Are Nuts.
Okay,
so that's
you were out of the We Are Nuts territory, and
yes, we're down in Elysian, Minnesota. And I said, okay,
let's see how many other advertisers you can offend in just a little bit more. Because you talked about buying screwdrivers someplace else. You picked a better cashew someplace.
Damn it, this is what happens on Labor
Who
Day.
else? What? Do we have a bank that you stopped at that gave you an extra 20? Okay.
No, that's the other thing. That's the only thing is I don't bank anywhere else except for our friends.
Oh, God. Like, how many other advertisers can you piss off?
No, but here's why I bring that up. I'm going to tell our friends at We Are Nuts, you need to make this.
Oh, okay.
They're amazing.
Sure.
And, full disclosure, on Friday, the boys and I were out at the Minnesota State Fair. We stopped by the We Are Nuts booth.
Sure, yep.
And Mr. Big Nuts, Jim, Jim was there and couldn't have been greater with my two sons. And we had let's just do the ad now. We had the sad circumstances with Annunciation Catholic School, and Michael's 5 kids go to school there. And so obviously you can go online. You can see it all over social media on the GL Post and everything else about the relief efforts there to just help these kids kind of get back to it, right? Because it's just
scary,
such a tragic, sad situation. And I can't even imagine having a kid that had gone through that, and not only gone through that, but then recovered. It's like they never feel safe again. You just
how could you?
That type of trauma is just unspeakable. So if you go online, you can find it at garagelogic.com. It is still up on the homepage there. But yeah, I was gonna say to the We Are Nuts, you've got to make this nut. You have to. It's amazing.
With all due respect,
Here we go.
We Are Nuts are the Super Bowl winners. They make the best nuts.
That's true. Yes.
Not some shitty gas station that has a different spice on a nut, and it's a third-grade nut, right? It's not first-quality nut. It's not second-quality nut. It's a third-grade quality nut.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Casey's, are you listening?
Why?
we can bring these two worlds together.
We Are Nuts to Casey's.
We can bring We Are Nuts to the Casey's chain
to the
of gas
family.
stations.
Okay.
Because, again, I stopped there to get gas. We Are Nuts doesn't sell gas.
No, they do not.
But I had to get gas, and I thought, oh, my God. Look at.
But you were like trying to give a supermodel advice on makeup from someone who walks door to door selling blush, right? I'm like, okay, and no ripping on Casey's.
By the way.
Casey's is great. They build stores that look like they're from 1960 right when they open, but they're great stores. So good for them.
So there we go. So that is the full disclosure.
So the people that We Are Nuts, they're doing a charity event.
They are providing relief efforts for those kids because again, it's a school, but all of these kids were impacted by what happened. They were praying at church, Michael, and. You're a father, I'm a father. We all can just relate to it on some type of human level. And you're just thinking, man, oh man. And so anything, if you've got $1, if you got $5, whatever you can provide would be very, very appreciated.
And you're finding that through garagelogic.com.
Correct. Okay. If you go to the website, you could see there's a QR code. And that was another nice piece is on Friday morning, I had to tell Joe what a QR code was. Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to walk him through that process as well. But any help is greatly appreciated. So anyway, yeah, that was the We Are Nuts ad. All right. So you were telling me that we had some pretty. Here's the beautiful thing about a weekend like this: unplug, don't care. I'm going to listen to some baseball, and that's about it. Again, you have to detox from the cycle.
It was a deep week.
Especially after the week that we just had, because everything, again, I am not roofing a house. I am not digging a ditch for a living. I get how privileged of a life that I have. Trust me when I say I know that completely. But sometimes you need to unplug. I don't want to read any news. I don't want to do anything. I want to watch Beavis and Butthead with my 13 and 10-year-old, and I want to laugh at fart jokes just for a couple of days. That's literally what I want to do, right? And so you were telling me we had some pretty significant news overseas?
Well, it's a very, very sad story, and I'm sure we're going to hear about this over the next couple of days. But Afghanistan had an earthquake that killed 800 and injured 2,800, and that just happened today. And the Taliban is asking the world for help. And I thought... Huh. And when they say the world, they're saying the United States, please help us, right? And is this the kind of thing that the United States can come in and say, here, we're going to help you and show the Taliban what good people we are, and then we can take back our Air Force base, maybe grab some of those Humvees and helicopters that we left there and step right back into Afghanistan?
So wait a minute. The Taliban. The people that single-handedly led to the most significant amount of destruction and death in the history of this country on 9/11.
Yep.
That organization has their hand out as if they're the Jerry Lewis fundraiser on Labor Day.
Hey, a lot of people died. 800 people died is not something that's a big, big issue, right? And he said this happened in a very tough terrain area, so they can't get help there. They probably can't fly these helicopters that we left there, right? So they need someone to come in. I don't know what to do in this situation. Do you say, I'm so sorry, vote better next time in your country so you can get someone besides the Taliban running your country, but I also have compassion to the poor people who are died and are injured, the 2,800 injured. I don't know what you do in that case.
Well, you want to know what I would like?
What would you do?
Like to say to the Taliban? I would like to say, you know what? Dearly beloved, we are here gathered today. I pray for you. I hope those who survived find a way to live a successful life. But dear Taliban, go bleep yourself.
Yeah, we're not.
That's what I'm going to say. That's personally what I'm going to say.
Sure. And that's not. I think much of the world would say that. It will be interesting to see what we do, right? And again, I talked about this on our last podcast. Whenever there's money involved in anything, right, then something gets weird. Like remember when Haiti had the horrible, and all of that money flooded into Haiti. And nothing changed. Not a building was built. Not clean water was. Just they collected a bunch of money and people exploited that. Yes, sir. Reavers. You had your hand up.
You could replace the word Haiti with California.
Yeah, you could replace the word California with New Orleans.
And I guess that's the part that sucks. It's not that anybody roaming amongst us doesn't have empathy, doesn't have compassion, doesn't want to help people. The problem is the people that are trying to help they don't have society's best intentions at heart. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example. When we were, kind of roaming, and by the way, I don't mean to brag. I was in 4 states yesterday, by the way.
That's a lot of states.
I was in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, and South Dakota.
Really?
I'm a world traveler.
That was a lot of driving, Reavers.
I know.
You must be going through something when you're like, kids, we're just going to hop in the car and drive.
Well, the best part about it was I said, okay, well, how about this town? Now let's keep going. Go, well, let's go. I want to stop.
We got to pick some stuff.
Anyway,
Sure.
But my point being, you get a different perspective when you are outside of the 694, 494 loop, especially here, right?
Sure.
It's a completely different world. It's a relaxed world. It's a world where the guy's going to say, "Hey, you left your car unlocked. Yeah, I know you were pumping gas at the Handy Mart in Pepin, Wisconsin. But you left your car unlocked. Oh my God, thank you so much." Instead of him robbing you blind. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I guess,
or he won't even tell you that your car's unlocked because it doesn't matter. Your car's just going to be unlocked. No one's going to touch it.
Well, that's true.
Right?
And that's the perfect, because I remember going, oh, well, I what are you locking your car for?
Sure.
What are you worried about?
Yeah, what are you worried about?
But I guess the thing is that's what's been lost on the fabric of society is just empathy for your fellow man. And you still see that in, outstate Minnesota, greater Minnesota, western Wisconsin, whatever the case is, you still see glimpses of that. You still see someone wave to you as they're riding their motorcycle down the highway and on a beautiful summer day, late summer day, right? And that's what makes me sad. That part and that lost element of, we saw that at the fair. You and I were out there a week ago Friday walking around. We ran into a bunch of Weekly Scramble listeners and just amazing people. And I saw it again on Friday with my 2 kids to the point where my oldest son said, "How do you know everybody here?" And I said, "Well, dude, we've been stopped like 3 times."
Sure. Yeah.
But that's the part that's been missed, and that's why.
And were you incognito too, where you wear the hat and glasses?
I was wearing the exact same outfit that I wore a week ago.
Oh, good. Well, maybe you should. Well, you could watch that outfit.
Well, maybe I should. But I guess, and that's what makes me sad when I see how the state fair even changes once it starts to get darker outside.
Sure.
It's closer to 9, 10 o'clock, and you see the fights and stuff break out. It's like, no, this is the state fair.
What are we doing?
Why do we need to do this? Why are we
pepper spraying people at the state fair?
Exactly.
My daughters, they've been going to the state fair, together or with their friends, and one of them is only 15, so she's pretty young, and she's like, we're out of there at like 9:30. Like, it's nothing good is happening there.
It gets super sketchy.
And she just knows that it's sketchy, and she's like, no, thanks. I just don't want to be around it. And I was like, oh, you're making good choices. All of this kind of matters and doesn't matter for me, though, Reavers. You know why?
Why?
Because tonight, in 5 hours, 52 minutes, and 34 seconds, there is going to be a Powerball drawing for $1.1 billion. And I'm such a positive thinker. I'm so positive, Reavers, that I'm going to win that.
How positive are you?
I'm so positive that I'm going to win that I don't even know if I'm going to go to work tomorrow. Like, why would I get up and go to work tomorrow if I'm going to win this Powerball tonight? Think about that.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
So from Wednesday after we left you and your beautiful wife, Nicole's home, we made from Jordan, Minnesota. We came here. We went to Mankato. We went to Faribault. We went to Pepin, Wisconsin. We went to Winona, Minnesota.
Yeah.
We went to Diamond Joe's Casino. And then we went to Sioux Falls, eventually came here. We made, I would say, nothing less than 10 different stops.
Okay.
$2 a shot.
Yes.
At every small town
that's where you want to win
station.
it. Yeah.
Because you can't buy it at a large town gas station.
No, because then you got too many people to pay off.
Well, that,
right?
But it's like, you don't win it here. You don't win a Powerball in Mankato.
Yeah.
You win it at the Madison Lake Casey's gas station.
Oh, again, Casey's.
You win it at the Pepin Handy Mart gas station. That's
so
where
you bought some tickets.
Oh, I'll say.
Okay, at least one a stop. You almost have to. It is the best value in gambling.
Well, for sure.
It costs you $2. You get hours of thought, right? Let me tell you what a positive thinker I am, Reavers. In college,
yes.
when I would buy a lottery ticket, I would say, I don't have to write that paper that's due tomorrow. Why would I write that? I could talk myself out of doing work.
There you go.
Because I bought a lottery ticket that I have a 1 in 307 million chance of winning.
Yep.
But I'm so positive. I think if I put good out into the world, I'm going to get good back.
Yep.
And so maybe tomorrow when we're talking and I say, Reavers, let's buy Hubbard. Oh, my God.
And the Twins.
What would you rather buy, Hubbard or the Twins? You would buy the Twins in a heartbeat.
I would buy the Twins in a
I
heartbeat.
would buy Joe Souchere's contract.
Yeah, but here's the
And then
thing.
I would make him say nice things about me all the time.
I love working for the Hubbards. Why
Sure.
would I want to buy it?
Good point.
I want to buy the Twins.
You
and
love
say,
watching the Twins.
Pole Edge, you're out of here. No, but my point is, every time, you know what I do? Like, boys are, hey, we're only buying one ticket, $2. Why do you only buy one? You keep buying one. You go, yes, we're buying one at all these different gas stations because our odds stay the same. You don't buy. There was one guy, I am not joking.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it?
He bought $100 $2
So he
Powerball
spent
tickets.
$200 on Powerball
And it was
tickets.
all in one sheet.
Yep.
Not one sheet, but however
One
they,
ticket, yeah.
whatever. And I just thought, no.
Oh.
I have the same odds as he does.
Yeah, well,
Because
roughly, but
I bought
yeah.
one $2 ticket.
You have 1 in 300 million, and he has 200 and 300 million.
And
right?
so I told Allie at the Quick Trip in Winona, I said, Allie, I am coming back.
We're going to get married.
And you and I are going to sail the seas.
That's right.
And she's like, okay, weirdo.
Yeah. Okay, sir. And you know, it is kind of, it has to be annoying for those gas station workers during this time. Because everyone's like, could you imagine? I'll come back. And they're like, oh my God, I've sold 50 million of these tickets to 50 million different people. None of you have even come close to winning. We had an $8,000 winner or something. But
I was at the Winona Quick Trip right by the train station. This would be yesterday around 2:00 in the afternoon. Okay. And I asked her, I said, how many of these have you sold today? She said, I have been working since noon and I have sold 300 Powerball tickets in 2 hours.
yeah, that doesn't seem like a lot to me. I was in line
but
buying
she
one.
was one of like 4 cashiers.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I was in line and everyone was buying lottery tickets. That's all they were doing. Like, and I live in a neighborhood that not everybody wants to play the lottery, maybe, right? There's plenty of people in my neighborhood that can do math that say it's probably not worth it. And then there's guys like me who are like, I quit my job tomorrow because I should maybe write my resignation note now.
There you go.
And
Get
just-
ahead of the game.
I'll schedule it because I'm not sure. So I'll schedule it to go out.
Okay, so I got an idea.
Yeah.
Then. A, I'm going to buy the Twins.
Yes.
Okay, if we win, we're going to buy the Twins.
Yeah.
I'll still work here. Why not?
Sure.
Why
You
wouldn't
got to
I?
have something to do.
Oh my God! If I won the Powerball and I came in every day just to annoy the living crap out of Joe,
Yeah.
that's
I would try my hardest, Reavers,
Okay.
to not have anybody know.
oh me too.
Because I don't think my life would change that dramatically. Right? I mean, I guess winning 1.1 billion, it's cash value of 498 million. Half of that goes to taxes, so I'd have 250 million bucks in the bank. What would I do different?
I can tell you how you'd know if my life had
Really?
changed.
It would be pretty quick.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I mean, I say that. Maybe I'm just
Me
talking
and
out of
Allie.
my...
First
yeah,
of all, me and Allie.
from Casey's one month. Yeah.
No, from the Quick Trip in
Quick Trip,
Winona.
okay, yeah.
Which
Yeah, I
I'm
mean-
sure she's probably like a freshman or whatever. I'm
that's-
joking.
Yeah,
of
now
course,
you're
Allie.
going to jail for
Right,
that.
exactly.
The first thing you do is go to jail.
Right.
For that. I don't know what I would do. I really don't. I think I'd prefer not to say anything because I have some buddies that sold their companies for big money.
Sure.
Their life has not. In fact, their life has gotten worse.
Really?
I had one guy who sold his company for a really large dollar amount, and we were out to eat, and he was crying because he had no destiny in life. I was like, okay, settle down, right? Like,
Really?
you know, because he sold it, and it was one of those, we'll see you later, you got to go out. And he had built this thing, and it was his whole lifeblood. And it was
Interesting.
the world's smallest violin. People were playing for him,
Right.
but he was like, it just doesn't matter. And I'm like, okay, you're crying in public, first of all. You shouldn't do that. If you get your leg cut off
Right.
in a motorcycle accident, you could say it hurts. You can, you know, if a tear falls, that's fine. But if you just wail cry, you can't do that.
Sure.
No excuses for crying in public.
All right.
If you see a kid, little girl, walk up and salute a grandpa that's not hers, who's sitting in a wheelchair, and You can cry then.
All right.
Because that's America.
All right.
But you can't cry for anything else. So when this guy was tearing up, I thought, well, that doesn't seem quite right. So I think I'm full of it. You would absolutely know that I won.
Yep.
But I would try my hardest to not have my kids know. Surely not my wife. Why would I tell her?
God, no.
Yeah, because then she'd look at me. Well, she'd look at me with less disdain. But God, she hates when I talk about her on the show. I can't tell you how someday she's just gonna leave me. Oh, that was my phone. Sorry about that. She's just gonna tell me how much she hates me one of these days. I hope that's not true, but
No, that probably would happen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, Reavers, I do know that I'm so frugal, right? That winning this lottery won't even matter.
How frugal are you?
Okay, so I was at a golf club, and there's this huge hill, and the golf course is played by a bunch of old guys. And on this huge hill, I think I told you about this hill before.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of balls down there, so I go pick up all these balls, right?
Yep.
And I'm jamming them into my pockets, and it looks a little weird. Like my pockets are full with golf balls, right? And it looks really weird. And I'm chugging up this hill, and I'm getting sweaty, and I finally get to this top little path, and this blonde drives by in a golf cart.
Like a beverage cart deal?
Yeah, she's just a gal out there. She's pretty, and she said, "Do you need a ride?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." But I can see she's like wondering what's going on in my pockets because it looks really weird. Like my whole area is just exploding up. And I finally sit down, and I can see she looks one more time, and I just turn to her and I say, "Golf balls," right? And she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Is that more painful than tennis elbow?" Get it? Golf balls. That's my favorite new joke. I mean, my absolute favorite new joke. Reavers, thank you for coming in on Labor Day.
Oh.
I appreciate you so much, and you are the best.
Thank you, Michael. You are the best as well. Please do us a favor, rate and review the
Don't review this show.
Show wherever you happen to be listening to the Weekly Scramble podcast. It helps other people find the show. It helps us out a lot as well, and we appreciate each and every single one of you. His name is Mike Fredoloni. My name is Chris Reavers. Thank you so very much for listening to the Weekly Scramble podcast. We'll talk to you again next time. Until then, cheers.